So this July 4th weekend, my wife and I really wanted to do something that was just us time. We've had a really busy summer so far with taking care of friends and so on and so forth. So we, after much deliberation, decided on a kayaking, hiking, and of course eating trip at Steamboat Springs. Fish Creek Falls is one of the most highly rated falls at Steamboat Springs. Getting to Fish Creek Falls is pretty easy. However, if you wanted to get to the upper falls, it's a little bit of a hike. Sneha and I, we got to Fish Creek Falls and we got really excited just looking at the beauty around us. So we decided to do the 2.5-mile hike up to the upper falls. The first thing we realized on the hike was that it is a straight up, which means you're climbing all the time. That also means that the higher you go in elevation, the fewer and fewer hikers you see on the hike. We were going through this particular section of the hike, which was a straight run, and for about 5 to 10 minutes, we didn't really see any other hikers. There was a lot of vegetation around us, and we could barely see 2 feet beyond the trail itself. Sneha was walking in front of me, and she suddenly stopped. We heard crunching in the vegetation, and we saw some of the bushes move. She turned around, looked me straight in the eye and said, "Moose, moose, go, go, go!" We turned around and walked back as fast as we could. And not 2 seconds after we had turned around, a female moose peeped her head out of the vegetation. She slowly trotted across the trail and gently disappeared on the other side of the trail. We stood still for a couple of seconds, and sure enough, out popped the antlers of a male moose. The moose looked at me straight in the eye. He didn't seem too really excited with it. He continued on his little trek behind the female, probably with an intention to get a little intimate with her. He disappeared in the vegetation, and we just stood there and waited for a couple of minutes. When we were finally convinced we couldn't hear any more sounds, we continued our hike to Upper Falls. All along the rest of the hike, on the way up, we kept telling everybody, watch out for the moose on the way down. Everybody was a little cautious about it. However, there was this one lady who was very unique. We told her, be careful, there is moose down the road. And her face turned to shock. We said, don't worry, don't be afraid. You'll be alright, just give the moose lots of space. She said, oh my God, there is moose! I don't believe there is moose! I love moose! It was our turn to be a little shocked. We finally made it to the top of the Upper Falls, and the scenery was just beautiful. We could see Steamboat Springs in the distance. The air was crisp and clean. And when we finally put our feet in the ice-cold water, we got a different kind of a shock. The feeling was just indescribable. The second part of our trip was in the Upper Colorado River. Has anybody been rafting or kayaking in the Upper Colorado? No? One person? Great, excellent. There is a portion of the river which has level 2 and level 3 rapids. My wife and I wanted to do something different with our half-day rafting trip, and we decided to kayak instead of raft. We thought with level 2, level 3 rapids, us little amateur kayakers should be okay. There is one level 3 rapid on the Upper Colorado. It's called the Needle's Eye. And our raft guides and the kayak guides told us, stick to the right of the rock. When we finally got onto the river was moving quite gently, and there was a little breeze coming up against us, which was perfect because we didn't have to paddle too much and the breeze took out the effect of the sun. We continued bobbing along the river, watching the aspen leaves wave back at us in the wind, the rocks just hanging out, watching time go by, the birds coming in for low flybys right in front of us, and the animals trying their absolute best to not be spotted. A little while later, on the river, our raft guide pointed out something to me. She said, do you see that rock? I said, yes I do. Stay to the right of it. I said, yeah, sure. I was thinking to myself, why is she pointing to a rock on the left shore? Of course I'm going to be on the right of the rock. It's on the shore, on the left side. Little did I realize, I was headed straight into that rapid, which we were supposed to be to the right of. I paddled for my dear life, trying to get to the right. I had no chance whatsoever. Very quickly, my kayak was turned around and I was looking up the river. I was mortified because I had no idea what was behind me and I didn't know which direction to paddle in. Finally, I made it to the other side, completely soaked. However, still on the kayak. Our rafting guide had a little smirk on her face and she said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yep, I'm alright." My wife caught up to me a little later and said quite caustically, "The one thing she asked you not to do on the entire trip, and that's exactly what you did." I told her, I was alright. I tried to be cool about it. It was okay, I was in complete control. She looked at me and said, "Ha! The look on your face was..." That brought us to the end of our Steamboat Springs vacation. It's really difficult to leave Colorado and have a good vacation. When you look at the mountains, you look at the rivers and their rapids, you look at the forests and their moose, and even the little bear that paid a visit to our bed and breakfast on the first night. And not to mention all the food around us. One of these days, I'll tell you the story about when we had dinner at Mazzola's in Steamboat Springs. Anybody been there? And had an awesome butternut squash ravioli in sage sauce. That is a complete speech on its own. Back to you, Kayak.